evening. I'm Angela from 3L Creations. Tonight I am going to be making a whatever, Dad. I'm going to be making a turquoise and cream flower wreath. I have been making several wreaths that are flowers, and so I have been having requests to make one of these, and I know that it's not something that a tutorial that we normally see, especially for those of us crafters. So tonight I'm going to be using these colors. The green is going to be the leaves, and then I decided to do a turquoise and a cream because I had this this turquoise check mesh. It's poly burlap. All of it's poly burlap. To make this wreath. So they're all 10-inch rolls, and let's see, you're seeing too much of me. So they're all 10-inch rolls. They've all been cut into 10-inch pieces because I need a square to do them. I am making this on a 14-inch Dollar Tree frame. Yes, I said Dollar Tree. That's where I get these from, and they are awesome. And so I've already put the mesh on here because we are going to put some of our flowers on here, but our center is also going to be going on here as well at the end, and so it's easier to have this. It's called a plastic canvas. You can get it at Hobby Lobby. I actually got it from a wholesaler online, and but you can get it from various places. Hi, Mary. So if you are on here, say hi. Let me know where you're from. I do see some familiar names already popping up. I don't want you guys to see more of me than you need to. You don't need that right now. So anyways, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the centerpiece situated first. So I'm going to go with this. I decided to go with this. It's like a flower center. Hi, Chris from Rancho Bernardo. And so what I do is let me just flip it over, and this is actually styrofoam. This is kind of like, I don't know, it's like straw. I tell you what, earlier a piece of it got in my finger and it did not feel good. It was like a splinter. So I do not recommend getting that in your finger. So what you're going to do is take the pipe cleaner, or I took half of a pipe cleaner, okay? And I'm going to use these, I don't even know what they call these pins. They're super cool. They're floral pins. And so I'm just going to put it in on one side. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. And then we're not done. From there, what we're going to do is take a piece of felt and I'm going to I'm going to cut it in half. So we're going to put some glue on here. Be careful because the glue is really hot, and glue burns do not feel good at all. So I just kind of lightly press it down so it'll adhere to the styrofoam and the pipe cleaner. Then I'm going to take these T-pins, and I'm just going to, while it's drying, I'm going to stick one in each corner so I can make sure that it's definitely going to stay. I have been making the centers, but then I got this because I decided I wanted to see what it would be like. So this is actually going to be the easiest center I think that I've done, because all I have to do is this. So there, it's done. This part is actually going to go into the mesh once everything is done. And so that's the centerpiece for this wreath. I just thought it would complement all of the colors that we're going to be doing. So that's why I went with this. So I have pretty much And be careful because it sheds apparently. I have gone ahead and I've cut everything. All of the petals are pretty much done. But I have left a couple pieces so I can show you how to do it. So on this 14-inch wreath frame, there are 6 sections, okay? And there are 4 bars. There's the first bar. It goes by bar 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, that's what we're going to, so if I say that, you're going to know what I'm talking about. So each of these leaves, because these are the leaves for the flower, each of these are going to go on the crossbar, okay? And it's going to go on between 3 and 4 right here. So I will show you how we make this. So you take the 10-inch cut 10-inch poly burlap mesh, and for this we're going to be folding it into like a bow tie. So you actually want to have your finished edges going left to right. You take one end and you fold it in, and you take the other end and you fold that in. And then what you do is you just scrunch up the middle, okay? And it looks like a bow tie. And then, so this is the finished edge still. So when I flip it over, I want the finished edges to be on the same side, and I'm going to trim that. Sometimes this happens. Don't force it, just cut it wherever it stops. This is actually better than regular deco mesh. It doesn't fray so bad. Okay, so now I have my bow tie, and then what I do is I just flip it over on top of the other. I keep my finger here in the middle, okay? And so as I'm holding it and I'm putting this over top the other, I'm at the same time pinching to make kind of like an end, if you will, that I will be able to put the zip tie on. So you put the zip tie on that. You could also, instead of doing it like this, you could just take the finished product and put it on here without this zip tie, but I do find that it is easier to have these ready and just to put it on because it goes really fast. So I'll go ahead and I'll do another one for you. So again, the finished edges are on the left and the right, and you fold it in and you fold it in, and then you're going to scrunch it up through the middle, hold it like a bow tie, flip it over, keeping your fingers still in the same spot, and then you're going to fold it over. And as I'm holding it and I'm forming it down here, you can also, and I tend to hold it tight because I don't trust myself. But just you can still flare it out so to make it look like leaves. Take your zip tie. You can use any size zip tie. I would recommend using a longer one sometimes though, because it's easier. 4-inch zip ties can be too short. I think these are 8-inch, but anyways. Okay, so now that this is done, we're going to go ahead and put the leaves on. So you take your zip tie and you go on your crossbar here, and you go in between the crossbar and this third bar, okay? Place your petal, or sorry, your leaves in this case. Place it right on the crossbar. And I usually take my zip tie and I make sure that it's right here in the middle spot. And then you put the zip tie on. So there's one set of leaves. Sorry, I meant to do some of this before I got started, but I didn't get that far. Did anybody see my notification, the alert that I did that said that I was going to be going live? I'm just curious. So the leaves actually, it adds a nice touch. You can't always see it depending on the style of the flower you're doing, but I do like it. I didn't do it on the Stars and Stripes one though, because that was different, a different flower. So you just, again, on the crossbar is where we're attaching these. I'm sorry if you can hear outside. I have the windows open. It's been really warm today in San Diego. It's been really nice because it's been raining too much. So I don't know if you saw my Stars and Stripes flower that I did, but I've had a lot of requests for that wreath, so I have ordered supplies. If you do want one, it depends on the size of the frame. I can do it on a 14-inch, but I've done it on the 10 and a 12-inch frame already. I don't know that I would do it any smaller. I can, I just don't know if I would do that. But so if you are interested, let me know. But okay, so here we are. We have all of the leaves are now on here. And what I've decided to do as far as the colors in the order, I've decided to do the solid turquoise, and then the cream, and then the check. Okay? So as you can see, this petal looks different than this petal. So this is kind of like a double petal, whereas this is the single one that I normally do. And then this is actually just like the leaves. So I have a couple examples. I'm going to make them for you to show you. Let me set this aside. So as I had mentioned, when you're doing the bow tie, and to do this, you're going to need some sort of a clip, a chip clip, a binder clip, whatever you have that you can use. So the first part we're going to do is the bow tie. So we're going to have our piece of mesh from left to right, the finished edges. We're going to go ahead and scrunch it up in the middle, flip it over, go ahead and fold it over, and we want to fold the one side over the other so we have both of the finished edges. We're going to go ahead and make that stub there, and then we're going to go ahead and put that chip clip right on there. To do the other part, the other petal, you're actually going to have the finished edge at the top and the bottom, because what you're going to do is you're going to fold it over, you're going to turn it sideways, and this is another reason why we do the 10-inch, because it folds perfectly. So you're going to take a bit of the end, and I'm going to just hold this side of it so that this isn't pulling and making it uneven, and then I'm going to use my thumb to help me too. So I'm going to just scrunch a little bit at the end that's going to fit in between my forefinger and my thumb, and then I'm going to take my hand, and while I'm pushing it towards me, I'm going to take my other hand and just meet in the middle, so to speak. Okay, usually this is about, it could be anywhere from 5 to 7. It just really depends on how you put it together. I was having all kinds of, I was going between 5 and 7 the whole time I was making these. So you take this petal and you put it on top of the others. You're still holding it, so it's quite a bit of mesh here. So I'm just kind of keeping it together as tight as I can. You take your zip tie with the flat side of the head up. Hi, Melanie. And then just tighten that. And that is how you make this petal. Okay, I'll do it again. So left to right, the finished edges, we're going to make the bow tie. You're going to fold in one end, fold in the other, turn it sideways, scrunch it up the middle, okay? Hold it between your forefinger and your thumb, flip it over while still holding it. You're going to flip one side over the other so that you have the finished edges are what you see and you don't see the unfinished edges. Go ahead and just pinch it down here. Use your chip clip or binder clip, what have you, to hold on to that. Then you're going to take your next piece with the finished edge at the top and the bottom, fold it over like a triangle, turn it sideways, and go ahead and just start scrunching it up until you get to the end. So usually what I do is I fold in the ends. They don't always stay, but it's just, it looks nice. So then you take your zip tie. Oh, sorry. You take this and the zip and then this and you put it on top of it. Hi, Laura. And then attach the two together with the zip tie. Just like that. Sorry, I'm fixing the table. So if it seems like there's an earthquake, there's not. So the other petals are just single. They don't have the extra petal down here, okay? And that's going to be for the inside. So now, go ahead and bring the frame back. I know I don't need this anymore, but you will if you do decide to make it. So we've already got on all the crossbars, we have all the leaves. We're going to take our double petal and we're going to put two on the second bar here in between the leaves, okay? So you take your zip tie and you place the petal here. And because these are the leaves, you're obviously not going to put your petals underneath it. So we're just going to leave it the way that it is. Hi, Marnie. Thanks for joining. So then the other one, you're just going to put this again on the second bar. Take your finished petals. Hi, Pat. How are you? Just like that. Okay, so we're going to keep doing that all the way around. I tend to not cut each of these zip ties as I go, but it's a personal preference, however you would decide to do it. I like to just get them all on here and then do it. So we're in the second section now, and we're doing the same thing. And you can adjust these if you need to as soon as you're done, or you can do it as you go along. That's good. How's the weather where you're at? So I don't know if anybody saw either. I did do a tutorial for the Stars and Stripes flower, and I did post it to YouTube. You can find me there at 3L Creations. I believe you just need to spell it. It's not the number 3. Go ahead and grab some more petals. So up here, we're going to be doing a total of, I believe it's 12, so it's 24 of these. Hot and miserable is not good, Pat. I have the windows open because it starts to cool down nicely here in San Diego in the evening, and so I'm waiting for that to happen. I tell you, if I was to close these windows right now, as you can see, I have the blinds open, you can see the sun on my hand. It would be so hot in here. Oh my gosh. So is there anyone here that actually makes wreaths, or, and Dad, you don't count. I'm just kidding. So these wire cutters are a godsend. I pretty much, I think, have gotten everything on Amazon is where I usually find it. And usually if I see something that I like that somebody's using, I try it out myself, and I really, really like those. The brand is Crescent, and so it's a reputable brand name that I know of, and it's wonderful. I liked it so much that I actually got a second pair, because I like to have tools in more than one location so that I'm not having to carry them with me everywhere, because my shop is pretty much set up in the garage, but right now I'm in our clubhouse, and we're huge baseball fans. So we call it the clubhouse, and it's all of our sports memorabilia and what have you. So I kind of made a office in here for me so I could work in here. Ooh, 41 in Michigan? Oh my gosh, Marcia. When does it start to become like spring for you? Oh, Laura, it is so much fun. Oh my gosh. I have, I think I have 2 or 3 tutorials up now on my YouTube. And Pat, I saw you said that you had made it. I didn't see what your comment said though. Let's see. Oh my gosh, you're not kidding. Your fingers get so sore doing this. I was thinking today, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a callus on my thumb. Okay, so now we're done with that layer. The next is the cream. And so to put these on, we're actually going to put it every other one in between. So I have 12 of these. So we're going to be putting it in between. So here, it'll actually be going on the leaf here. You won't see it though, but we're going to be attaching it to the 3rd bar. Oh, my friend Stephanie's in Illinois, and I know that she posted a picture, and I believe it was snowing there the other day. I don't know what the temperature was, but God love you all that live in the snow. I don't know what it's like. So we'll go ahead and, again, you're putting the zip ties on just the same. Yeah, totally, Laura, and subscribe. So then you see that the petals are it's nicely, you know, this goes right in between those 2 petals. So then this next one is going to go on the crossbar. So like we did before, I'm going to put it, it's going to go on either side of that crossbar, okay? And you're just going to put it on top of it. You can push it to the side if you need to. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not even going to mess with this. I'm just going to put it next to it. And you can move them over too if you need to. So basically you're going to be putting 2 cream between each crossbar. So how is everyone doing with the virus? Is everyone healthy, doing okay? I hope it hasn't affected everybody too much. This is some crazy times that we're going through right now. I try to talk while I'm doing this, but I get so in the zone that that I just kind of, I don't zone out, I just forget that I'm talking to myself, really. Okay, so we're halfway through these petals now. Oops. Sometimes I fumble with these because I just get on a roll and and then there's one that just gets in my way and slows me down. Oh, and that's Franklin. Roy and Samantha went to go get us some sushi for dinner tonight, and so I told Roy, you have to put him in his crate because he will be all over the place and I won't be able to concentrate so well. So if you hear him, that's Franklin. They're easier than the other mesh ones, Dad? I think these are really easy, and it takes time to just get used to it. It is time consuming. Like the other day though, my dad asked, well, how long does it take you to make a wreath? And I was doing the Stars and Stripes one. This actually, the prep beforehand took me a good couple hours. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, sushi's here. That's okay, it can wait. And yes, oh no, Stephanie, I'm sorry. I won't talk about it anymore. Okay, so then the next row we're going to be using the bar 4, and we're still doing single petals, okay? We're going to be doing the same thing, and it's going to go in between each cream petal. So I didn't do any of this beforehand, so you guys are seeing how it looks right here along with me. I thought that this check mesh would look better with the cream background as opposed to the turquoise because I felt like it was going to blend in. And I think it looks, I like how it looks so far. Oh, did I already do 1, 2? Let's see. They are really pretty, huh? Let's see. Okay, that's what I did. So I can put one here. Yeah, the thing with this check mesh though is that while the material is so much better than a deco mesh because it frays so easy, this can actually, if you can see here, you see how there's, let's see, 6 pieces of the poly burlap that's going through it. When you're cutting the 10-inch pieces, you don't know where you're going to end up. So some of them are like that. And I don't like it, but I mean, it's one of those things where what can you do? I don't really, I have some of this, but I really don't, I don't plan to use it too much, I don't think. I just don't like how it cuts. Laura, have you seen the other flowers that I've done? So I kind of want to make these go in between also. Actually, this one should go over here. I'm actually going to move this one. Thanks, Mary. Yeah, I really love this color. I actually am going to be making a grapevine flower wreath. And I'm so excited about the colors on it. One of them is this turquoise. Okay, that goes there. This goes over more. I should buy stocking zip ties though. And what did I do? I put this one on the wrong. Okay. It goes on this bar. See, it's good to know we're all human, right? Okay. Let me just cut these. So we're going in between each cream petal. I definitely think that preparing ahead of time is much easier than making them and putting them on individually. Thought I miscounted on petals, but I left them in another pile and they kind of blended in, so I didn't see them. I'm trying to think too what I should do next. I don't necessarily know that I want to do a floral arrangement though on a live or as a tutorial. I kind of just like to take my time and feel free to just put it wherever. Sometimes it takes me a while though because I just need to look at it. But with this, I just made this style yesterday with different colors, and so it's actually becoming easier to make these. I've learned these actually by watching, to make these flowers by watching Julie of Julie's Wreath Boutique on YouTube. And I actually found her on Facebook as well. And she is such a great teacher with doing these. I've been very fortunate with the mentors that I've found, that I've chosen to follow to see how to do these. And Lori of Hardworking Mom is another one. And then Julie is on Facebook. She's with Wreath Creators and More. So it's more than just wreaths that people actually make on that site. And then there's another Julie of Southern Charm Wreaths. She makes some really pretty floral arrangements. She does do deco mesh. That's pretty much what she started doing. But she does an absolute amazing job with that. I'm going to lift this petal up and put it over this one though, because I want the finished edge to show. And I guess I should have made sure I did that with this, but I'll figure it out later. You probably can't even see it anyways where it's at. Okay, so the last set that we're going to be doing are all double petals again. Okay, and this time we're going to be attaching them to the mesh. So this mesh is actually, I believe it's a number 7. So if you're using pipe cleaners, then that's one thing. But if you're using dip ties, you need to be careful because the number 7, it's actually a smaller hole. I did get number 5 mesh, which I planned to use. But in this case, I just used what I had right here. So what I'm going to do is, again, these are actually going to go in between each of these blue and cream, or the turquoise and cream, okay? So we want them about here. Let's see our center. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. We want to go in at least an inch. Whoops. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put it here. And there are actually a total of 6 of these. So let's see. Let's just go ahead and lay them out first. Because they're double petals, I'm just doing 6. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing in between 2 and 2 like that. So that's 6. Are there any color combinations anybody would like to see? I'm just curious. I would love to make something that somebody has requested, or even a wreath, a deco mesh wreath. I've got several signs that I've actually posted on my page that I could do. So I also make custom wreaths. So if anybody finds, so we're going to put it in between this. If anybody finds a sign that they really like, that they would like me to make them a custom wreath with it, let me know. Thank you, Dawn Marie. Where are you tuning in from? I'm very happy with this color combination and how it turned out. I mean, turquoise really is one of those, it's an in color. Oh, nice. I actually used to live in El Paso. I'm pretty sure it's not too close because El Paso is like pretty much separate from the rest of Texas. Is it getting warm there right now in Texas? Thank you, Debbie. I know this turquoise is just gorgeous. I was just saying, I don't know if you're tuning in right now, I'm planning to make a grapevine wreath. I actually spray painted it turquoise. I'm so excited. I won't tell the other color because I want to make it a surprise, but I'm very excited about it. Oh my gosh, 100. I do not miss that at all. Not at all, you poor thing. All right, one more to go, and then we will put the center on. Oh my gosh, this is just so gorgeous. So I just started doing these lives because I was honestly terrified to do them because I didn't want to mess something up and look like a fool. But then again, I guess, you know what? If there are those of others that are not doing this and they're probably scared too, then hopefully I can help somebody out. So, okay. So that everything's on here now, and now we're going to go ahead and put the center on. So we're just going to take the pipe cleaner and feed it through. Yeah, I've done a couple grapevine wreaths, Debbie. They're really, it's just a matter of arranging flowers, you know, so let's see. But that's not always an easy thing to do, so I'm gonna give it a try. I've made some before already. Okay, you guys can see this better than me, so how does it look? Oh my gosh, it looks so awesome. It's crazy because I never would have thought that I could do something like this. And I tell you what, if I can do it, anybody can. Wow. So this will be up for sale. If anybody's interested, I'm so thankful to have a wonderful husband who is so supportive, and he helps me with all of this stuff. So he is actually my financial advisor. No, he prices all the wreaths for me. So this will be up on my Facebook. I'll put it up on Instagram as well. If you have anything that you'd like to see, let me know. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Laura. Thanks, Steph. But thanks for joining me. I'm glad that I could keep this a little short and sweet. Thank you, Debbie. And I will catch you next time. Please follow my page, like, share, do all of it. Spread the word. I just love making my visions a reality, and I love to share it with others. So you'll find this tutorial up on YouTube tomorrow. That's it. Have a great evening, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye.